Hey guys, what's going on? I'm gonna come on for a little bit. It's fire chat. I had to have a candle tonight so I can see some of my notes that I got. Uh, I don't need them I need them in the Maddie Soto. So that's what I want to do first. Is of course Maddie Soto. I gotta get my battery here back up just in case. But yeah, I know I have the Ruby battery pack, right? The one with the when it's full, it's all the way full, right? I call it the Ruby pack. It's not really, but you know what I mean. Hold on. I took some notes today on the Maddie Soto. Uh, that's Sebastian Rogers. Hold on. I know I did it somewhere, and I refuse to let you go. Oh, it's in here. I got so many books, guys, and freaking notes from cases. Oh, first of all, I want to shout out, not shout out, but I want to give my condolences to one of our family members here in our group lost their dog named Ace yesterday. So I wanted to give my condolences and my prayers for Ace to be God's new little angel, okay? And I feel that, pets are our best friends, right? I feel the same. I know I've had so many and lost so many, and it's tough. It's heartbreaking. So I wanted to start with that first of all. Somebody that's been here pretty much since the beginning, roughly. Since probably one of the first 10 people that was on the channel here. So I lit a candle and I light another candle right now for Ace, and everybody just say a little prayer and my condolences to you and your family. And allegedly, guys, this is my opinions. These are, oh man, we got good fire. My theories, my speculations, my alleged bubble, right? My big alleged bubble. And I feel that in this, Maddie Soto it's a hard one to cover because I have two daughters. So it's really scares me to even think about covering it, right? It's like that's every parent's worst nightmare. And it's truly, truly, truly a very, very sad story. And I hope the DP comes. And I hope both of them go to prison. I really do. I'm sorry. Y'all know how I feel about it. I feel that I've signed the petition. I've done everything I can do. I can't do no more to get her freaking locked up. But hopefully after the first trial is over for the essay, then on Stephen Stearns, maybe they'll lock her up then. Because I have checked and double checked again on that immunity thing. And she only had it for that one interview. And it's just because she had told fibs. Well, then when she lied again, it threw it out the window anyway. So there's no like full-time guaranteed. They would never do that because they didn't have enough yet. There's no way they would have given her full immunity. No way. That'd be like giving Katie and Chris immunity in the Sebastian Rogers case, and we still don't know. Yeah, you just can't. It hadn't even been to trial yet, so I just don't see that. But it's a possibility, I guess. But remember, trigger warning times 100 million. Maddie Soto was a 13-year-old, and she pretty much lived in an area where everyone that age wants to live, right? Right by Disney, Orlando, Florida area, Orange County, whatever, all in that area. She went to school in a different county, Escola County, but I guess all the counties kind of merged right there in that area. But she was 110 pounds, 5'1", 13 years old. She had blonde hair, blue eyes, and I want to get into some of this stuff because we know the trial's coming soon. And I don't think he'll survive the first trial, much less the second trial. And then I think it'll be a shut and close case on Jenn as well. I do feel that. That is the worst set of neglect ever in the history of neglect. So if they don't get her for something's wrong with our justice system. and Florida does act pretty fast. They had him arrested in 2 days. She was reported missing on 26, same day as Sebastian Rogers. And he was arrested 2 days later on other unrelated charges, right? But he still was pretty much This is what I kind of wanted to talk about, the unrelated charges that he was arrested on. Unrelated charges on the 28th of February 2024. Possession of child, abuse, material and battery, okay, in Orange County. When he was arrested, it says clearly, unrelated. Okay, so this means, to me, when it says unrelated, I feel that some of the charges that they hit him for this first arrest was for Maddie, but I'm wondering if there's others involved, other victims involved. And is that something that, was there other pictures in his phone? We don't know what was in there. Was there photos of other people in his phone? Other girls or other children under 18? I don't know, but, he's being charged with, so I don't know. There's 60 counts total of battery and the M word. I can't even say that word. And then child, and it's they have never released a motive or none of that, which we all believe that somehow, some way, that maybe Maddie was pregnant. Trigger warning times 300 million in this one. And I know a lot of us feel that way. We don't know for sure, but we're going to know come court, right? And that Village Park Drive where he supposedly said he dropped her off, remember? Which we all knew was full of BS, right? We knew that's not where he dropped her off. I'm wondering if, whenever they called Jenn in and talked to her about, tried to show her pictures and stuff, remember, she said, I'm not in shock. She was just basically trying to protect Stone, right? And that's what makes her look so guilty, is that she was trying to protect this man. For what reason? She knew he was done. She knew the minute they took his phone, I feel she knew it was over. She still stayed with him in a hotel. She knew. She was still hugging on him on the news. She knew what was going on. She tried to play it off cool as shit, but she knew what the heck was going on. And she doesn't get a pass from me for that, right? But, I want to... Whenever, when she was doing that one interview and she asked him, should I be talking to a lawyer, right? That's another red flag. A mother with a missing child. Like, how do you worry about those things? Your child hasn't even been found yet. So why are you worried about should you be talking to a lawyer or not? Because you know what went on. And I did double check that meeting, that here's the immunity thing. And yes, 3 lawyers that I've reached out to said the same thing. There's different categories of immunity. The immunity that she was granted was basically for some of the lies that she had done before, which we don't really know what all of them were. We just know they gave her the benefit of the doubt because they knew she was going to lie again, and they just threw it out there. And then, there's some rumors that what if she did try to go to a psych ward beforehand, but we know that she was taken and evaluated and released to the custody of her parents. So, it's not something I see as... I don't think she has any fighting chance. I think she's going to go down. I really do feel that way. I know there'll be a lot of whole damn protesting if she don't. But, if you think about what Stern tried to do, like leaving that hotel, you think about it this way. Do you think, okay, you're in a hotel, right? Hotel rooms are very, very small, right? Like, they're not very big. So you think, okay, it's her and Stern in a hotel. Do you really think with your child missing, you don't know where she is, you're going to be able to sleep for the amount of time that he left and went all the way to his parents and did whatever he did and came all the way back? Do you really feel that Jenn slept? Hell no. If she slept, then she knew everything. 100% knew everything in my book if she was able to sleep. Because there ain't no way in hell any mother is going to be able to sleep. And what's funny is they never even, I think, donged on them about the hotel. I think they were completely clueless. I think, when somebody kicks you out of your home and puts you in a hotel, don't you realize it's a crime scene? I mean, that would have been the time to get the lawyer. Bam, bam, right then and there, right? In my book, that would have been the time to get the lawyer. Because thank God she didn't, because she was able to do all these interviews, and there's no telling. I'd like to know what they said on the first statement, on probably the follow-up statement. You know, they kept hounding him all those couple of days and before he was even arrested. I'm wondering if their stories were changing and, you know, kind of like the Proudfoot's changing, like Katie's changing a lot. And you know, that's, man, that it just makes you wonder, right? Because what was, I mean, what was she thinking? Like, I'm trying to wrap my head around what and possibly could she be thinking? Really? Like, you know, if take any of y'all for example, if you were with your boyfriend of all these years and say you didn't know nothing, and they put you out of your home when your child is missing, where she's going to come back to, if she's coming back, and they put you in a hotel, aren't you going to automatically be like, red flag, why? No, I need to be at home. My daughter might come home. I'm not staying in the hotel. You got to drag me off my front porch. Like, it never made sense to me. And I know a lot of people didn't talk about it, but, you know, it is something that I thought about when I was taking my notes. I'm like, how did she not be like, hell no, I'm staying home. What if she comes home? No way I'm leaving. She gradually left without a fight. She knew, guys. That goes to show you right there she knew. Think about that. Let it soak in for a second. She willingly left her home to go be with him in a hotel where they put them. And it never crossed her mind to say, what if my daughter comes home? I can't. I have to stay here. I don't care if I have to sleep in my car. I have to sleep on the front door. I don't care if I have to sleep in the damn bushes. I'm not leaving my house. My child can come home. This is where she's going to come to. No way I'm leaving. You would have had to literally drag me off that front porch. And I don't even think you could have dragged me off the front porch. I don't think we could have dragged any of y'all off the front porch. And it goes to show you, to me, that's the first thing I thought. I was going back through some of my notes because, you know, I didn't have a channel when all this first happened. So, but I still did all my notes and took my notes, right? And I've always been a big person to take notes and things because sometimes you need to go back on them. But that was one of the things I circled on that page right there, because these notes are back from March 30. Okay, yeah, like March the 30th of 2024. And, you know, I have March and I have April, I have June. I have a lot of different notes in here. And one of the things that I circled from the very get-go at the beginning of this whole case was that. How in God's name would she go to a freaking hotel? God, I can't say it enough, but think about it. I mean, none of y'all would have done that. Y'all would have been like, nah, you're going to have to arrest me because I ain't leaving this front door. But willingly, she trotted on with Stephen Stern. And you know what's crazy is there hasn't been a lot of any, like, you know, in the Kohlberg case, there's been all this, like, try to throw this out, they're not trying to do any of that. Like, I think the evidence is so overwhelming that I can't wait till after she testifies. Because after she testifies, it's fair game. Like, once they got her through that part of it, that's it. Which I still don't think she's going to get up there and really throw him under the bus. I think she's still going to probably try to defend him. You watch. And knowing she can't win, if she really thinks she can win, something's wrong. Because I feel he don't have one chance in heck, because they did do this investigation slowly and correctly, to me. And they hadn't put hardly nothing out there. I mean, what about the roommate? What about, you know, we haven't heard any of that yet. And, you know, my heart breaks for Maddie's dad, right? I know they didn't see each other a god-awful lot, but they still connected on social media a lot, right? Pretty much, he had just spoke to her on her birthday. And I understand when you live states away like that, it's tough, right? And, of course, I'm guessing that he felt like he trusted Stearns to take care of his child, right? And lo and behold, that's not the case. And so it's like, oh shoot. It's like, what do you tell him, right? I gotta throw some wood on there so we get some fire going so it don't go out. It's not that bad tonight cold wise though. It got pretty hot today. I think it was like 80. It got really hot. It was cold this morning and hot this afternoon, but I'm just so confused on this, right? Like, what in the heck? Like, how are they gonna? I was trying to go back and look at that there, because I'm still curious of what all he put in the dumpster. I know they told us a few things, but what else, right? They're not gonna tell us everything. How many more surveillance cameras did they catch him on? And then again, what made him choose that area where he was going? Was he going somewhere totally different? Like, we'll probably never know where he planned to go, but I mean, I guess he thought that they just would think of it as a missing child. I don't know. Like, that's what makes me wonder. Does something go south? Like, I'm starting to think it wasn't planned at all. Like, something bad happened. And I don't know what it could have been that bad happened, but something bad must have happened. Like, she must have been like, I'm done. I'm going to the, I'm going to the counselor. I'm going to the principal. I'm calling the cops. Something must have happened to where this happened, because if you were going to plan something, you wouldn't do it in the mornings. I mean, in the daylight hours, I wouldn't think, unless you're just that dumb. But it's kind of makes me wonder if this was more of a something just pow, right? It just happened, like it popped out. Like, a lot of people say she had a baby bump, trigger warning. I don't want to think about all that stuff, but I know a lot of people speculated about that. And I've even thought that there's a possibility when they said something about pregnancy tests that maybe she was, because we know Jenn's not trying to have no kid. I mean, she's too old, right? So, I mean, it's like something. Did she take one and fail? Did she? I mean, thing was she was 13, and I don't know. Is there different? I'm wondering if maybe at 13 you have a little bit different laws in Florida than you do in some other states. Maybe, I don't know. But I mean, I wish so much that she would have ran away. She had talked about running to the woods or whatever. I just wish she would have ran to help. And this totally breaks my heart, right? Because she just didn't have, why she felt like there was nobody out there to help her. I don't understand. Kids shouldn't have to go through this. And maybe it's because he had done it at such a young age. They talk about people grooming people all the time, right? Micah Miller. Y'all talked about it in the Katie Proudfoot. Like, I don't believe that, but I mean, I know that's something that was talked about, like that Seth had groomed her or whatever, something like that. But I mean, we don't know. If you're 16, 17, 18, that I understand it's underage, but now if she moved off with him and all that, that's a different story. But I'm just saying, like, as far as dating someone, but yeah, he was quite a bit older, that's right. But so yeah, I get y'all's point on that, I guess. But I just, like, he had been in her life since she was, what, 8? So as many times as she had gone to her dad's and all that, why didn't this come out? Like, oh, I bet that dad is just broken. Like, why didn't my baby just tell me something? And you know how she passed, like, the her and stuff over? Like, just some of the stuff that Jenn has done is just flat out evil, in my opinion. Remember my big alleged bubble, right? My big alleged bubble. I'm all alleged. Don't take my shit as fact. Take it as salt. That's salt. Way in the bottom of the ocean salt. At the Titanic salt. And I mean, just take this, take it like that. I'm just a big alleged bubble. But there's something that's not adding up in this thing. And something that's going to have to be able to prove Jenn. Like, I know we all feel she knew, because, as moms, there's so many of y'all moms out there that I know, I trust what y'all say when y'all say, no way she didn't know. I feel like that many years she had to know. And who says, oh, go sleep? Nah, hell no. That don't happen. Not at that age. Not turning 13. No. Mm-mm. I wouldn't even say that at 8. Mm-mm. No. But makes you wonder, right? Like what all? Oh, it breaks my heart to even talk about this case. I can't even do it really. But you know what? Maddie's gonna get justice. I pray that she's gonna get justice. I pray that he's done in, right? He's never walking out. I don't think he'll grow old in prison. And, if there's any time that you believe in the DP, it's now, right? And it's just, she did not deserve this. But we're going to keep digging, guys. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't covered yet on this, and I'm going back through my notes. But some of the things I saw this afternoon when I was looking through my old tab, I was like, man, I need to talk about that. So I was like, I'm going to go ahead and do like 20-minute Maddie Soto tonight to get started. And so I kind of wanted to bring this up and go over a little bit and see what y'all thought about it. But, we'll talk about it another night. And it's one of the cases that I feel that is getting close to trial, and we need to start digging a little more to see what we think might possibly going to be coming out, how long we might think that the court will last. And, do we think that it's going to be easy, shut and close, or is it going to be something that lawyers are going to fight on or whatever, right? But justice for Maddie, justice for all. Any child that has to go through this stuff, there's so many hotlines. Social media is such a big thing now. Even at that age, 10, 11, 12, they're on their phones all the time. We need to get some kind of bulletin that'll flash across to minors' phones every now and then, or send an alert every now and then to say, hey, if you or you know anyone that's possibly this, reach out. Here's a number, right? Or just text something to this number, and just something that we can start protecting our children a little bit better with, right? There's got to be something. The school's got to put messages out or memos out, something, right? I think alerts to phones. Now, you know how you get Amber Alert stuff? I think maybe an alert to everybody's phone every now and then, just once a month, twice a month, just pop it out there, right? And just let everybody get it and let everybody be aware of it. Like hotlines for women that are abused or in abusive relationships, abusive marriages, kids that are getting treated like Sebastian and Maddie Soto, right? Like this kind of stuff. Like they need to send alerts out, I think. And I don't know if they'll ever do it, but it would be a wonderful thing to do. But anyway, guys, we'll talk more about Maddie. I got like 5 cases I want to try to cover tonight, so I'm going to try to do 20, 30 minutes on each case and try to get some of these cases out here and see if y'all want to cover some of these cases or not, or what y'all want to do. But I want to cover the Maddie. It's hard, but I still think that it's something that we should cover. And it's kind of like Summer. Well, I think it's something we should cover, and I know it's tough, but we still need to do it, right? So, with that said, we will. But let's keep up the fight. Hopefully, Maddie gets justice. I hope that Stern goes away forever, and so does Jenn in my book. So, if y'all are with me, just give it a thumbs up, right? All right, guys. That way we'll see how many thumbs up there are at the end of this video. All right, guys. Anyway, remember, allegedly, these are my opinions. Trigger warning times 100 million. Justice for Maddie is a must. We got to take Jenn down with him, right? In my book, that's how I feel. If y'all feel differently, please let me know. I would like to understand. If y'all feel that maybe somehow she didn't know, explain, right? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'll check it out. Because I might be just looking at it with blinders, right? I don't know. But I'm sorry, but that you would never leave the home. To me, if your child was missing and not found, you're not going to leave your home and go to a freaking hotel. Now, unless that was after she was found, I don't know, but I believe it was before she was found. So I could be wrong, though. But anyway, guys, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. And we'll talk soon. All right, guys. We love y'all, guys. We'll talk later. Bye.